Hey guys, welcome back. Cameron here. Today I want to discuss how do I not eat meat when it tastes so good? Well, the thing is, I don't actually think meat tastes good, not naturally anyway. Coming from a health and fitness background, I tried to keep my meat as healthy or lean as possible, primarily as a source of nutrition. Now when I say that, that means fat's cut off, it's got no added salt on it, and I also don't include any sugary sauces when I was eating my meat. So generally it would be things like boiled chicken or very plain chicken or very plain piece of steak. Now in your mind you're probably going, but that's cheating, of course it doesn't taste good. Well, that's my argument, is when people say meat tastes good, it's not actually the meat that tastes good. And I think most people would agree with me if they tried this. Try cooking a piece of meat, cut the fat off, that means no skin whatsoever. Try and boil it or fry it in absolutely no oil, and don't include any salt or sugary sauces. Now the reason I say that is because our body loves and craves three main things, and this comes back from our evolution, and that is salt, sugar, and fat. Now the reason for that is that salt used to be really rare. It's not the dime a dozen it is now where you get table salt and put it on everything. It was a very trace mineral. It was something we couldn't get easily, so our body naturally survived to love the taste of it, to encourage us to eat as much as we could whenever we found it. As for sugar and fats, these are both prime energy sources. So 1 gram of fat has twice as many kilojoules or twice as many calories as a gram of sugar. So we used to love eating it whenever we could get it because it would ensure our survival. It was heaps of energy. It was really easily stored as fat for when we didn't have any energy. I mean, fat stored as fat, pretty simple, right? But why do we crave sugar? Well, sugar is really easily turned into glucose. It's something that our brain runs off. In fact, it's the only thing it likes to run off. It can run off ketones, but it becomes very foggy, and that's more a survival mechanism in case of us just dying once our glucose storages are exhausted. But once your meat dish includes salt, sugar, and fat, it's like a holy trifecta, and this euphoric state goes off in the brain because it goes, wow, I love these three things, so much flavor, eat more, eat more, eat more. So as a result, you go, wow, meat tastes great. But that's the thing, it doesn't. Meat doesn't really taste that good at all. So my challenge to you is eat a piece of meat that does not include any of those three things. Cut the fat off, no garnishing with salt, and no sugary sauces. And I challenge you that because I want to know if you still think it tastes good, because that's really interesting to me, because I think it tastes kind of bland and disgusting. I struggled to eat it, like really struggled. I used to hate my diet that included a lot of meat in it. So anyway, that's why I was able to give up meat, because in my mind it wasn't the meat that tasted good. And I tried this. I started cooking vegetables in the same way I would cook meat. I would slow cook them, or put salt on them, or put sugary sauces on them, or cook them in oil. And really, you can make anything delicious in that case. Tofu, it's got all the delicious flavors you were looking for from your meat dish. So I want you to try that challenge for me, and I want you to let me know what you think, how you enjoyed your boiled chicken or your very plain piece of steak. Because if you still love the flavor, that would be really interesting to me, because it will be very different to my experiences. So let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.